You must immediately assess your surroundings after the time machine crash. The Permian air is thinner, with only 15% oxygen. Stay inside your damaged vessel for exactly 10 minutes while checking for injuries and letting your body adjust to the atmosphere. Your survival kit must be gathered quickly. You have only 5 minutes before toxic gases from the crash could become dangerous. Check your immediate vicinity for large predators. The Permian Period hosts dimetrodons and other apex predators up to 11 feet long. You must find high ground within the first 30 minutes. The swampy terrain contains dangerous sinkholes and toxic volcanic gases. Your compass will be unreliable due to different magnetic fields. Use the sun's position and prominent landmarks for navigation. Locate 3 different types of shelter options within 100 yards. You need primary shelter and 2 backup locations for safety. You must test the air quality before setting up camp. Throw small stones into depressions. If gases are present, they'll collect there. Your water supply is critical. The Permian swamps are highly acidic and contaminated with volcanic minerals and bacteria. Set up your tarp as an immediate rain catch system. The atmosphere's high CO2 levels cause frequent acid rainstorms. You need to find dry materials for fire within 20 minutes. The humid environment makes most surface vegetation too wet to burn. Look for conifer trees. They're one of the few surviving plant species during the Great Dying. Their resin makes excellent fire starter. Your knife and flint are essential tools. Create a spear within the first hour for both hunting and defense against predators. You must elevate your shelter at least 3 feet off the ground. The swamp gases are heavier than air and collect at ground level. Test any potential food sources with extreme caution. Most Permian plants contain toxic compounds unknown to modern science. Your rope should be used to create an elevated food storage system. Many small scavengers will be attracted to your supplies. Keep your fire burning constantly. The smoke helps repel flying insects that could carry unknown Permian-era pathogens. You must establish a perimeter warning system using trip lines. Nocturnal predators are especially active in this period. Create multiple small caches of supplies within 200 yards of your shelter. Never keep all resources in one location. Your survival depends on maintaining strict hygiene. Even minor cuts can become infected with prehistoric bacteria. Monitor the sky for signs of volcanic activity. The Permian Period experiences frequent eruptions and toxic gas releases. You should construct a basic filter system using your tarp, charcoal from fires, and sand layers to purify collected water. Keep detailed markers of your location. The landscape can change rapidly due to volcanic activity and extreme weather. Your body will require more rest than usual due to the different atmospheric composition. Plan for 10-hour sleep cycles. Remember that modern survival rules may not apply. The Permian ecosystem operates under completely different principles. Stay vigilant for signs of large amphibians in the water. Many Permian species are highly territorial and aggressive. Your best chance of survival is finding a stable water source within 5 miles of your crash site. Plan exploration carefully. Document everything you observe. Understanding the local environment's patterns is crucial for long-term survival. You must develop a daily routine that includes regular perimeter checks, water collection, and shelter maintenance. Remember that help isn't coming. Your survival depends entirely on your ability to adapt to this prehistoric environment. Your immediate priority is finding shelter from the toxic Permian atmosphere and intense UV radiation. You have 30 minutes before exposure becomes dangerous. Scan your surroundings for large rock formations or dense clusters of primitive tree ferns. These can provide initial protection while you establish a base camp. You must avoid the numerous shallow seas and swamps. They contain dangerously high levels of hydrogen sulfide gas that can be lethal within minutes of exposure. Construct your shelter on elevated ground at least 100 feet from any water source. The primitive insects of this period are drawn to moisture and can be aggressive. Using your tarp, create a tight seal against airborne toxins. Layer primitive fern fronds underneath for insulation from the hot ground. Your water situation is critical. The atmosphere contains 35% oxygen, causing severe dehydration. You need 2 to 3 times more water than in modern conditions. Filter any collected water through layers of charcoal and sand. The high mineral content of Permian water can cause severe digestive issues. You must get a fire going within the first hour. The nights drop to near freezing, and the predatory therapsids are most active after dark. Gather the dense wood of extinct Cretaceous trees. They burn longer than modern wood. Create a stockpile sufficient for 12 hours of continuous burning. Position your fire pit where smoke can escape but rain can't enter. The Permian experiences sudden violent storms with acidic precipitation. Create clear markers around your camp using bright objects from your crashed time machine. This helps rescue teams locate you across the time stream. Your knife and rope are essential tools. Keep them dry and accessible. The humid atmosphere will cause rapid corrosion of metal objects. Treat any cuts or scrapes immediately. The bacteria in this period are unfamiliar to your immune system and can cause severe infections within hours. Watch for movement in the vegetation. While most Permian creatures are relatively small, the gorgonopsids are active predators larger than modern lions. You must maintain strict hygiene practices. The primitive fungi and bacteria of this period can overwhelm modern human immune defenses quickly. Conserve your energy during peak heat hours. The combination of high oxygen and UV levels can cause rapid exhaustion and heat stroke. Create elevated food storage at least 6 feet high. The numerous arthropods of this period are excellent climbers and attracted to organic matter. Signal for rescue every 2 hours using reflective materials from your crash site. The time stream distortion makes precise location difficult. Keep your shelter entrance facing away from prevailing winds. The toxic atmospheric compounds can accumulate in enclosed spaces rapidly. You must remain vigilant for earthquake activity. The Permian period experiences frequent tectonic events that can change landscapes within minutes. Document your surroundings with any available means. Future rescue teams will need detailed environmental data to locate your temporal coordinates. Avoid all contact with the numerous coal swamps. The decomposing vegetation produces toxic gases that can cause unconsciousness within seconds. Remember that modern survival skills must be adapted. The different atmospheric composition affects fire making, water purification, and physical exertion. Your psychological resilience is crucial. The alien environment and constant threat of extinction-level events require maintaining strict emotional control. Monitor the sky for signs of volcanic activity. The Siberian Traps eruptions are beginning, and toxic ash clouds can form with little warning. Assess your immediate surroundings for signs of prehistoric plant life. The Permian landscape contains primitive conifers and seed ferns. You must avoid consuming any unfamiliar plants, as Permian flora contains toxic compounds unknown to modern science. Search for cycads and ginkgo trees, which have survived to modern times. Their seeds are potentially safe food sources if properly prepared. Your survival knife will be essential for harvesting tough prehistoric plant materials. Keep it clean and sharp at all times. Construct a long-term shelter on elevated ground, away from the swampy areas where large amphibians may lurk. You need to create a smoke-free fire using dry conifer wood. The atmospheric oxygen levels are higher, making fires burn more intensely. Build a series of connected platforms and sturdy trees at least 15 feet high. Ground-dwelling predators were common in this period. Your tarp should be used to create a waterproof roof. The Permian had intense rainfall patterns that could last for weeks. Collect water from morning dew using your tarp. Surface water may contain dangerous prehistoric microorganisms. You must boil all water for at least 10 minutes. The ancient bacteria in Permian water bodies could be deadly. Create a calendar system using notches on wood. Maintaining time awareness is crucial for psychological survival. Fashion primitive weapons from hardwood. The Permian period hosted large predatory synapsids that may see you as prey. Your rope can be used to create vital snares. Small reptiles and amphibians may provide necessary protein for survival. Store dried meat on elevated platforms. The hot, humid climate will cause rapid food spoilage within hours. You should maintain multiple fire sites around your shelter perimeter. The flames will deter most prehistoric predators. Learn to identify the tracks of large synapsids. Their footprints can warn you of nearby predator activity. Construct a rainwater collection system using your tarp and natural tree hollows. Clean water is your most precious resource. Your survival depends on avoiding the toxic spores of giant fungi. Some Permian mushrooms were larger than modern houses. Create protective clothing from bark and plant fibers. The intense UV radiation in the Permian can cause severe burns. You must establish a daily routine of shelter maintenance. The primitive materials will degrade quickly in the harsh climate. Monitor the sky for signs of volcanic activity. The Permian was a period of intense geological upheaval. Build smoke signals using wet vegetation. Though rescue is unlikely, maintaining hope is crucial for mental survival. Your compass may act erratically due to different magnetic field strengths. Learn to navigate by other natural markers. Create distinct markers around your shelter zone. Getting lost in the alien Permian landscape could be fatal. Store your flint carefully. The ability to make fire quickly could mean the difference between life and death. You should practice fire starting daily. The higher oxygen levels mean fires can quickly become uncontrollable. Construct a series of escape routes from your shelter. Having multiple exit strategies is essential when facing large predators. Document your survival techniques using charcoal on bark. Future survivors might benefit from your learned experiences. Your mental health is as important as physical survival. Maintain hope by setting small, achievable daily goals. Develop a system of exercise to maintain strength. Physical fitness is crucial for long-term survival in this hostile era. Notice your equipment displays beginning to dim and flicker. The quantum batteries are finally depleting after weeks of use. Your time machine's emergency beacon has gone silent. The last hope of rescue from this ancient era fades with its dying pulse. Examine your remaining supplies carefully. You have perhaps 2 days of purified water and preserved rations left. Watch the strange constellations wheel overhead, so different from the star patterns you once knew in your own time. The air grows thinner as oxygen levels continue dropping. You must conserve energy and breathe slowly to adapt. Your shelter's solar panels are collecting less energy each day as the atmosphere fills with volcanic ash and debris. Listen to the eerie calls of unfamiliar creatures in the dark. The great dying has begun, and life itself is changing. Record final observations in your field journal while you still can. Future scientists may someday find your notes. Your filtered mask is clogging more frequently now. The increasing sulfur dioxide makes each breath a struggle. Rest during the hottest parts of the day. The temperature extremes are becoming more severe as the climate shifts. Study the dying vegetation around you. The great ferns and cycads are withering as carbon dioxide levels rise. Your emergency radio picks up nothing but static across all frequencies. The silence of deep time surrounds you. Conserve your remaining water. The acid rain has contaminated most surface water sources beyond safe purification. Watch the horizon darken with approaching dust storms. Soon the sun will be obscured for weeks or months. Your chronometer is malfunctioning. Time measurements becoming unreliable. Past and future blur together. Accept that you have become part of Earth's greatest extinction event. Your presence here will be a fossil mystery. Observe the last giant dragonflies gliding past. Soon their kind will vanish forever from the skies. Feel the ground trembling from distant volcanic eruptions. The world is transforming into something alien. Your reality shifts as exhaustion sets in. The boundary between observer and observed begins to dissolve. Find peace in knowing you've witnessed events no other human has seen. Your journey ends where life itself struggled. Let the ancient air fill your lungs one final time. You are becoming one with the eternal story of Earth. Watch the strange sun set on this dying world. Soon you will be part of its long, dreaming sleep. Your consciousness drifts like spores on the wind. Time loses all meaning in this primordial twilight. Rest now, knowing you've traveled further than any explorer before. The stars will keep your story.